doing things that have nothing to do with the show would be a nice
You're
way to
live
open, you know?
like that.
What up? Yeah, just something that's nothingness. I don't know. It's just, because I do random stuff. I may chop some wood. I might rake some grass sometimes. I might kick a watermelon in half.
Have you
I
been kicking watermelons in half?
I, I might, is what I said. I have not,
Oh,
but I might
you
do
do
that.
that. You live in the watermelon capital of the world.
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, okay. I think it's actually south of y'all. There's a town,
You meant specifically like city? I thought, or state or what?
no, like the area in your state is like the watermelon capital, and then like there's a specific city that's like south of y'all.
Oh, you talking about where the watermelon crawl thing is or
Yeah,
whatever?
yeah,
That
yeah, yeah.
song?
They have a watermelon crawl. That's got to
I
be
think
enough
that
of
was
a
just a
get
country song, though.
there.
It's somewhere around here, though, for sure. Uh, I don't know what the city is, though. I'd have to listen to the song again.
Okay.
But, anyways, it's
We're
Wednesday.
here.
Do you know where your children are?
No.
It's 12:26. It's close enough to 12:15, right?
Yeah.
That's what you had
That's
scheduled.
It's 12:15. I usually try to give us a 15-minute buffer, but then sometimes the green room, we gotta green
Yeah,
room
you
it
got to
up a
talk,
little bit, chat.
chat it
But
up a little bit.
there's a lot happening this January,
Yeah, it's
coming right
moving
into the
qu-
jujitsu season
quickly.
of 2026. And yeah, I was thinking about it the other day
Is
too. Is when all this started, like when you're talking about PGF and like the wave that was 2020 and like as it went through and like the competition scene changed. I mean, pre this, maybe you could compete like every 2 months. Maybe there was a Naga or like a Grappling Industries or something. Because remember this pre that time, there were no ADCC Opens either. So it was like IBJJF and then Nagas, and then New Breed was starting to kind of be a thing, and maybe one or two others of that same style of tournament that you could go do. But it was only like every couple months. Dude, it's gotten to the point that like I can't keep up when even the big tournaments are because there's competition every weekend. Like the next 2 weekends, there's PGF happening, like 2 weekends in a row.
mm.
You remember when there was no jujitsu?
It's like
And
three
then,
actually, if you count the draft. Is that correct?
well, yeah,
The
there's
next week
like
is the
three
draft right
consecutive weeks.
away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's I about said the R word. That's how crazy it is.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's
This,
get you
this,
canceled. Oh,
but I mean, having the jujitsu content that's out there and having like,
it's a
I
lot.
mean, it's crazy.
It's a lot. All the different things, and it's just it's grown so much. And you're talking about that, but like there's there's been a time even before that IBJJF didn't really travel. It was only like in Southern California or something like that. In Brazil, still
Yeah,
doing those kinds of things. It wasn't really, you know, an open either kind of format where there was
right.
opens everywhere. Get your like grappler's quest if you were close enough or wanted to travel far enough, and Naga was a thing then. Uh, it felt a lot more prestigious then because there wasn't as many
There wasn't
other
anything
things to
else.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's to say. So it was like lots of really tough people would show up randomly to those because they would just want to get some reps and rounds in. A lot of fighters and things like that.
what makes the difference between those, like, and not even like trying to throw any one organization under the bus, but like what's the difference between the stereotype, the Naga, and say, I don't know, I don't want to make a direct comparison, but there is nothing else like the PGF. So like the PGF, like what is the difference? Because I mean, we watched the kids tournament that the Twisters put on, And it was like, oh, dude, if I was a 12-year-old kid and this was my first experience in competing in jujitsu, like everything else would pale in comparison. That's the roller coaster of like, oh, I'm
Mm.
a warrior. Like I'm out on the like it's a sport. Like I'm playing out in front of the homies, like playing out in front of the crowd. Like I don't know. And maybe it's just the way that they had to construct because I've tried to break it down a couple of times of trying to run like an at scale tournament that's like an open tournament. If you think about it, like some of these ADCCs, they go through 400 competitors, 500 competitors. Like that's a lot. So
Mm-hmm.
like just the format alone gets influenced by that.
Yep.
But like, what do you think the main difference is for the competitors?
Choice. The fact that you have choice to do whatever different thing that you want to do. You just, like, again, you just kind of used to play points, basically, in some variant of it, either the IBJJF style scoring or Naga or whatever, Grappler's Quest, whichever was kind of, but Naga's was like the Nogi kind of point system for the longest, um, outside of doing the IBJJF. So that was the big thing, I think. And then submission only really became popular, and then that kind of switched it, you know. And ADCCs, I guess, were popular for
Yeah.
everybody that knew what they were
People were
doing, but
people were
there wasn't
chasing
enough people
ADCC.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
only like hardcore people.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
wasn't like a crowd of people that were out there watching and doing it and like pursuing it. Not as big. Um, so having the choice to go do it in so many different formats and styles, I think is the thing that's changed the most, because you don't have to do it one way if you don't want to.
Yeah.
You can just completely be in like a complete separate niche, and nobody, I mean, it's not going to really matter. Whereas used to, you had to win IBJJF to be legit. You had to be like a black belt world champion, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Winning
And
those
like
was only, yeah,
fans and
stuff
all the
like that.
different
Yeah, those were
worlds.
the
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like, again, I keep saying it, but like Grappler's Quest back in the day was like a big one to win a lot if you had that on your record and stuff. But the IBJJF was like the one, and then ADCC also, but it was every couple years it was different, in that way the rules were weird if you had never thought about it that way. Um, but yeah, there's I think choice honestly is what I would say the most, and then now obviously the amount of people to go against, just
There's more competitors, more
yeah, there's
people.
more of everything. Like
Yeah.
that's it. There's just more.
Yeah.
So it's really crazy since COVID though. It's even boomed more than it had like previous. There was definitely an upswing through the years, but after that, it definitely hit more of a mass, like level where everybody was
So
more
now
interested in it.
from a lens that like where you're looking at it as from where you are and now like scouting people and like watching people, is it more interesting to see somebody who has gone into one particular rule set and just dominated and they are the world champion of all these this one organization or this one style, or the person that's in there that, like I said, there's every weekend some sort of a competition and that they could get every type of rule set under their belt in 6 months if they wanted to.
I guess it depends. I guess scouting like for the PGF stuff or whatever is
Yeah.
definitely a different thing than general, jujitsu scouting stuff or whatever. Because to me, it doesn't really matter as much. Like it does matter, obviously, but it doesn't matter as much about the other rule sets that you've done at a certain point. Because we've had guys from every pretty much style or major kind of come in, and everybody's kind of struggled the same, at least in the beginning. Through their first, like that first season, kind of, everybody's kind of experienced similar struggles where they're, they've been submission only or points based or whatever it was going in. So to me, having PGF experience is an important like aspect. And no disrespect to people that have won a lot of IBJJS, it's just that style doesn't translate to this style
It's not the
as
same.
not one to one as much
Mhm.
because it's so positionally dominant. Some of that is what'll get shot clock calls on you now. And so if that's been a thing that you've done a lot, it'll be hard to change that in a quick turn. Now, a guy that's had some reps, that's went through it, or plenty of time somehow to have watched it maybe for a teammate and stuff and
To
been there for a
understand it.
season or something like that, that makes it a little bit different. But yeah, so to me, having that experience carries a lot more weight because you can really see a lot more of who people are. I think people get to duck out of stuff a lot, and there's no follow up on it. There's no backstories or whatever given to it. People just kind of disappear. And with this, I think that's going to not so much be able to keep being available to people because the story's like being told as it's happening a lot of times. And then with
Yeah.
with major sports, like if people just dip out, that's reported on, that's talked
Mhm.
about, they're told to other owners and other league managers and different things that hey, this and this, and that carries a ton of weight when you're talking about a league with tons of millions of dollars wrapped up in it every season, and all the sponsors and everything tied up into it. That becomes crucial. And so that was really like a message even I had to the dudes. Brandon has that in one of the meetings yesterday or whatever, kind of joked and led in with like never break kayfabe, but it's like don't buy your own gimmick either. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna get built up through the show because that's the show's job, is to promote you and make you feel and look and be like invincible,
Bigger than life.
but you're just still human. So when you're gonna get knocked down some, so don't go all like diva, and
Or do. It's a choice.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. But then it's
Right.
gonna like there's then you're gonna have to rebound from that somehow because it's gonna be out there. It's
You
just
gotta
a
live with
thing.
what you say.
It is what it is, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
there's people that are like that. They're very out there. They're very outlandish in whatever kind of way. They're very provocative in their speech, maybe, and that's who they are. And either they will or won't succeed off of that in certain places. But that's one of the things that's happening too with the teams is some people are going to like that. Some people are going to want a more chippy kind of whatever guy, or
Yeah.
sometimes at least that guy on the team some to provide some of that whatever. Everybody can't be the same kind of player all the time. So you need a mix of dudes. You can't have a bunch of the same, five all like that's not really like gonna work. Um, so it's really a lot of things that aren't really normally involved in as much like a jujitsu competition and stuff. But uh, like I'm looking for people that are gonna like show up and do the thing and take it, as it comes. Uh, Wins and losses are gonna have, winning and losing is gonna happen. You got to be willing to go do it and play it. Um, no PGF experience doesn't mean that you won't, that I won't like a person's game or want them for a team or anything like that either. Because there's definitely guys that are coming in that is like, oh, that's somebody I like. I like the personality. I like the way they do stuff. But also, if it came down to them versus maybe a PGF vet of the same quote level, I
That's the
probably would lean to that vet
yeah.
just a little bit because they've been through the process at least once and they know what it's like. So it's kind of like, welcome to the league, rookie. You know, if there's some rookies that come in and they're just like boom, gangbusters, but some kids come in their first season in whatever leagues and it's just like maybe
They
you're
gotta
gonna
learn.
start on the bench a little bit, come in, get your feet wet some, go back out, play certain spots just so you can kind of build up the confidence and what you need to
Game
get to
time
be a
experience.
real pro
Yeah,
player. Uh
yeah.
and that's gonna need to happen some. Uh, so I think having veteran presence is going to be helpful because those guys can lead by example in ways that guys who've never been there can't. Who are trying to figure it out, who are trying to act the way that you're supposed to, but they don't know how. Right, and we talked about that from our own experience with that. Is you're trying to do the thing, but nobody really knows what it is yet, then we're making it up as we go versus it's pretty nailed down pretty consistently something, and now if you know what that is you have an advantage over people who don't know. I think the difference is like, adding the forward pass. If I got
Well,
if the defense can't defend passing, you're going to eat them up
yeah.
no matter how good they were at stopping the run.
Well, and I think more so that guys experience when they come into this and they do the thing is that like you can be good at jujitsu and still struggle in the rule set because never have we ever had a rule set that was the only way to win is to obtain submissions. You cannot win any other way. There is no, oh well, I was faster or I was on top or I moved more or I did more. Like there's no amount of work you do can obtain the win without getting the submission.
Not in a team context.
What do you mean?
I need a guy sometimes that can be actively doing the game the whole time, not stalling, not giving up points, but may not win.
So when you're trying to win, so when you get down in the tactics of trying to win the team and trying to win
Team
the, yeah,
battle
yeah,
versus the
yeah,
individual
the team
battles,
battle,
right?
which are two different battles.
Right. Right.
Right,
That's
right,
a
right,
different
right.
it's a different thing. Like if you want your guy to win, that's one thing. If you want your team to win, that's another maybe kind of strategy. Because you're not going to be able to draft or have the five best guys. That's just not going to happen anymore. And I don't think it ever did. But like you won't, nobody's going to have like the best five players all at one time. But if you can get five dudes together, one or two of them that don't really ever give up points, but will add some points that don't, and they don't stall out, and then the other two or three are putting up points consistently and maybe drop some because they're out there scrapping it out, that team was probably going to win more than having like a bottom two or three who are giving up a bunch of points
Yeah.
and kind of getting some points back, and the other and your top guys are kind of maybe winning but also dealing with the season stuff of there's going to be some losses. So I
Yeah,
think
well, even the most top guy doesn't come out like
you
scot free.
cannot be top heavy in the league and win
Yeah,
the team
yeah,
competition. You can have an MVP player that can get through and then win the playoff themselves, and have the single player of the league or whatever if that's something. But that guy can't win the league by himself unless he's maybe Ryan Aiken. But I don't know how much more that's going to happen.
yeah, yeah. I guess as you said that, I was like, well, there was one guy.
Well, there's always gonna be stuff like, but like how many times would it be that? How much
Well,
money are
and
you
that
willing to?
team
How much are you willing to bet on it?
and Ryan's team was a pretty even though he's so overly like
They were good.
compensated. They were still good. Like they
They
did.
didn't
He
give up
didn't
a
have.
lot. Then
Yeah,
Brad
he didn't have
Schneider
a bunch of
coming in,
jumps.
right? Brad coming in was a big surprise. I think he did give
Yeah,
up a few, but he got a. That's what I'm saying. Like somebody who's going to at least balance their load at the bottom is really really important versus a guy who's going to get dunked on and you hope get injured so you can get a replacement or something for him. Like I think we've seen some of that too, where guys are
yeah,
like, "Ooh,
yeah,
this guy, let's get him out of here so we can get somebody who's not giving up the points every time
yeah,
because
yeah,
he's game, but he's
yeah,
giving up threes and sixes every single time." And for a
yeah.
team, that ain't it. You can't
That's
have
not
that
good.
dude realistically.
Yeah,
Even if you like him a lot, he can't really be on the team.
Yeah.
Not if you want to win the team thing. Not if you want to win the team thing.
Which not
Uh,
everybody gets on the Patriots.
they can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and the interesting part of it is like each coach has stuff that they like and dislike. And so I'm sure players are going to have attributes that all of the coaches like, but then maybe some of his attributes they don't like as much as this other player, So there's some of that stuff I'm hearing, and through the chatter of the draft picks that are available. There's some clear front runners that every team is going to end up with one of those guys probably, because
Yeah.
that's just how the bids are going to fall.
Right. It's just whoever has the money at the time
Who do
and
you
the
want the
tax.
most, right? It'll be the
Yeah.
first pick, because that's going to be the how it goes. If somebody really values someone over everybody this that much, then you can bid as much as you kind of will need to, as long as you have that bottom tier amount left. But then that's all you're going to get though, is that one player, and then you'll be forced to kind of take what's left in there with your minimum salaries. I
Yeah.
don't think I don't think that's a great strategy, but maybe some team thinks that it is, or maybe a couple teams end up in a bidding war because they both want that one player, whoever it is. They think he's the one that's going to make the difference for their team. I don't know. There's just going to be a lot of like interesting plays having to be made, and the coaches are starting to play a bigger role. I think more and more as it's gotten going on too, now, because you're going to need that continuity, I think, to make it like really gel and click. Because we've seen that the teams that have won the last couple of seasons felt like they got along and were like a team, right? And even if they weren't all on the same like home team, they felt like they were on a team during the season, like Dollimer last season did, and like New Hope the prior season. Kind of felt the same way. They felt like they were like homies by the end of it, and they were doing it for the team. You know, I think that's going to be really, really important, and it's going to be easy to do when you're playing for your hometown team. So
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, Chris said it's easy to act like a team when you're winning.
who said that?
Chris, South
Who's
Dakota
Chris?
Chris.
Shut up, Chris. You don't have to. You-
But um your response to him threw off my thought on the next where we were headed. But the Phenoms just announced, I saw on Instagram, it came across.
Uh-oh.
They dropped PGF dropped the Phenoms news about Andrew Cockle and Derek Rayfield.
Boom. The Masters of Disaster. You got that pulled up. You better play that for the boys,
The
for the broskies.
playing. I'm just pulling up the posters that they just dropped. Is that what the has that been the unofficial name that y'all have come up with?
No, I just said that for the first time.
I mean,
We're
I don't
going
hate
we're
it.
going to iterate it many times before I get there, and I'm going to figure it out.
Okay.
We got to see who these other three are too. That's going to give us some stuffs.
We got Andrew
Yeah.
Cockle and Derek Rayfield. I say this every single time, and I've said it in multiple comments that I do believe that the Rodman arc has been my favorite story arc
We're
of
going to
all.
we're going to continue.
Like,
The saga continues.
well, and see, I think that it's one of those things that people get lost on the antics that was Dennis Rodman in that way. If you ever like watch his interviews or like listen to him talk about basketball, like forget about his personal life. If you ever hear him talk about basketball, there's a reason that man was one of the greatest defensive players to ever play the game. Like he gets overshadowed because of the team that he was around, but not even really overshadowed because that whole team always acknowledged who he was and what
He
he
was
was
on
and what
two
he
of the
brought to
greatest
the game.
teams.
Oh, I'm sorry, two of the
Three,
greatest.
I guess technically.
Who's the third?
He was with the Lakers for a little bit. I
Oh,
think with
oh, I
Shaq and
guess
Kobe too,
okay. Oh, shit.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
forget about that. But he was on the Bad Boy Pistons first,
right.
and then they shipped him
And
off to
then
San Antonio because they didn't like him, and then San Antonio didn't like him, so then he got to the Bulls.
yeah. So
I know
it's
my Rodman lore. I'm down.
I'm
I'm down.
impressed.
Look, you gotta like, and that's what I say. Some players you gotta let kind of be themselves in that way, you know. And going into to talking about the Rayfield thing, I think like kind of like you're saying, he knows what he's doing. He knows the game very well. He's got some really really good stuff that he knows works. He does get emotional and he plays very very hard with it.
Yeah.
He's gonna play right up on the edge because that's just how he does it.
Yeah.
And if the referees aren't gonna do anything about it, then he'll do it.
Right.
That he's just got that mentality. And if a guy's gonna try to be heavy handed, he's okay with that.
Yeah.
He's gonna give you back in kind and doesn't care what it looks like or what you feel like. And some people don't like that. Some people feel uncomfortable when somebody's just unapologetically themselves and don't care how if it makes you uncomfortable or not. And I think he does that. I think he makes people uncomfortable because I think he's dangerous. He has been for a long time, and yeah, it is what it is. I think he can win this whole season. That's not just because I'm like with the team or whatever. This time we've talked about it a lot. I think
Yeah.
he's as good as anybody. We talked about it last season. He could have came in and won the whole thing, or at the end he was right there at the
He was in the running.
he was in the whole thing. It
Yeah.
just it could have been anything. So definitely excited to have him as one of the two players. And then Andrew Cockrell, don't really know him that much yet. Haven't had the chance to really get to hang out with him. Have just different parts of the world competing wise, but like his record speaks for itself a lot. Uh, he competes a ton and gets submissions a ton. It seems like he's going to be a good fit for the league and for Philadelphia, obviously
Yeah,
being
I mean,
from
the
the
dude's
area.
pumped.
That's the
Yeah,
thing
the dude's pumped to bring the hometown, like you were talking about
that
the hometown
matters,
team.
right? That's what I
Yeah,
say. So there's things
yeah,
like that matter, also to being a veteran because some veterans are just like there for a paycheck.
yeah,
I'm just here to kind of do the thing and I'm just going to do it and then whatever. And then some people are trying to put on for their city. And I think he wants to put on for his city and become that guy, and
yeah,
he seems very well liked in their community up there from all things I can read and find out and stuff like that about him. So I'm excited to get to come spend some time with him. He seems like, he's going to be willing to do some skits. So we're gonna have another like player in the game. I really think I really really think it's gonna be a lot of fun because he had a good time. Um, we had a good time with him on the show
yeah,
when we had him on that day. So I think it's gonna be good with him too. And those two guys I think are strong as any other two. There's a couple other teams that are pretty tough for sure. Right off the bat. But I think those two guys are as good of a strong start as anybody else kind of has. Um, yeah, so we're gonna see. I think the 3, 4, 5s are gonna be where the money's made, realistically, and I
yeah.
think I think the 5 spot's gonna be crucial this year.
Yeah, that's gonna be wild how that plays out now that guys they're coming in with their 2, they're everybody's eyeballing, like you said before, where, like, as they're going down the list, like, the top guys, whoever has the money at the time is, like, they're spoken for, like, they're gonna grab them as quick as they can, so it'll be
Mhm.
interesting to see who the sleepers are. I know you're not revealing a lot about your tactics and what's going into the team building and all that, but, like, do you think you could say in your mind who you think a sleeper is? You don't have to tell the
A
biggest.
sleeper like player that
Yeah,
might score a lot this season.
yeah,
Uh, I mean, I don't know about a sleeper or whatever, but it seems like the like Travis Haven.
okay,
He feels like he's gonna be like a heavy player right off the bat. Um, there's a lot of buzz about him from other teams as well. He interviews very well from the ownership that I've spoken to and other GMs about that. So I think he's going to end up scoring quite a bit, uh, especially landing if he lands with the right people. Um, I'm trying to really think about it like a deep cut and not give up one of the easy ones because we got the obvious favorites, Austin,
Yeah.
Sam, Travis, you know, um, who else is up there? Those are like three of the bigger ones. I'm sure I'm skipping somebody that's up there. Sorry, whoever. I'm not calling out one of the top guys, but I'd have to get my list out in front of me. Um, exactly. But yeah, I think Travis is probably going to be one of the surprise guys. Um, I'm interested to see how Chewy does coming up, being the winner from the Mexico qualifier, because there's two other guys that are in the season that he's beaten. Also, so he's got that bit of experience, and if that can translate to the bigger show, he might be a sleeper pick for sure. Because he doesn't speak English, so a lot of people don't have a ton on him. We sent him like a questionnaire that he could send back or whatever, and to kind of get the communication ball kind of rolling there some. So I'm not sure exactly how the other teams have communicated that, but he's somebody that's definitely able to score and be tough enough to be durable through the whole thing. But I don't think he's getting a lot of attention because of the language barrier and because he qualified from the Mexico qualifier that really didn't get a lot of the attention at the time.
Which had a veteran
Hmm.
Kyle Chambers in it,
Right,
and so
right.
like
That's
it
what I
was
said. So that, and then who's the other guy that came from there that's in
Derek
the draft at least? Derek.
Derek
What's it? Yeah.
Derek Atkins.
So like yeah. So that was it was well represented in the way that other qualifiers are, at least with that, and he ended up being the winner of it, and so props to him. And I think he can score. I think especially put on the right team. That's going to be a big thing. Is like comfortability is going to be a thing for some of these guys now because the teams are starting to really separate more. Whereas last season, more guys were staying in houses together that were on different teams and stuff like that a lot more. But this season, everybody's getting separate accommodations.
Kind of more of the cohesive
Yeah, and wanting,
team.
yeah, we're all wanting that from the
Yeah,
teams.
yeah.
To like, even if you're not like staying in the house or whatever, there's going to be like team trainings and team things that we need to do
Team
together.
meetings and
We have
team,
like doing
yeah.
stuff like that to be a real team, like film study, whatever, things like that. So it's exciting, man. It's so exciting and interesting. Not knowing what's going to happen, we're just kind of trying to establish what the baseline is supposed to be now and like the culture that we want for the
What to expect
phenoms.
to be on a professional team.
Right. And for the phenoms specifically versus the league as a whole, we all have different things kind of that we're looking at that way. Some of the owners are really looking at the culture first. They're really looking at building that hometown feeling and getting their community behind them first, and then the wins and stuff will start coming after that more is or what they're kind of leaning into with that, and that's probably not a bad strategy in the long run, right? And some of the guys that notably the Kings they're going to come out trying to win big time. They're coming out guns blazing. They're ready. They're prepared. They have great staff. They have recovery. They've already baked it in because they've already done it.
Yeah,
They have the experience over everybody
all
kind of that
baked
way.
in.
The Twisters came in last season, did their best with it, kind of without the structure. This is going to be their second season, so they're going to have more structure. Coach Sean Applegate for them. I don't know if that's been announced, but it is now.
Here it is
Uh,
now.
Formidable, super formidable, especially with the two guys that they're going to have on their team. Obviously, the prodigal grappler Elijah Carlton and I don't know about their second guy, but I think Buring's been announced. So Kevin
Yeah,
Buring, they're both Sean guys, and so Sean's one of the best game planners out there.
Yeah.
Like if you got film that shows too much, you're gonna get exposed by Sean and those guys. Like if you
Yeah.
like, it just is what it is. He's one of the best at that I've ever seen. Like being able to find the thing. Oh, he put his hand down right here. See at 3 minutes, and then he did it again at 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So that means he's gonna. It's like what? Mm.
And then you
You
watch
got,
him, and he's like, "Oh, it
mm.
works."
Yeah. Mm.
That was like the time, if you remember the season where we did the draft pick selection by Connect Four,
Hmm.
and
He
you
was
could
ready.
tell when he was playing, it was like, "Hey, Sean, did you practice for this?" And he's like, "No, I just played my guys every single day after
Yeah,
practice until they
just
all
a
went home."
thousand games a day.
You're like, "That's called practice."
Hmm. Just playing.
Just
So
playing.
yeah, so that's gonna be a thing, and obviously Ricky with the Twisters, also really high level coach, really high game planner. We got Chris Olivo, the PGF veteran, been there for both types of season. He was there for the week long season, came in as an alternate, but he was there every day, uh, and jumped in when he got the opportunity. Pulled Travis Thomas's pants off with a guillotine. Um, and then he came back and did the week to week one or whatever. So he's seen both sides of the game or whatever. So he's got that experience that he's ready to lean into. He's got experience against some of these guys, a lot of these guys personally. So he's got that too. Um, I'm interested to see who the Wolverines get and announce for their coaching. I'm sure it's going to be just as capable as anyone. Uh, it's not the Decatur mom and pop shop anymore.
Yeah.
Is the real major leagues, and it's getting more and more that way every day. It's becoming more and more serious, more and more professional. All the things are. It's just naturally like developing that way. So uh, this is just again going to be the biggest season yet. Again, and not that there's some revolutionary change or big difference. I think it's just going to be the consistent game that we've started to like a lot, uh, made better by knowing what it is and just doubling down on what we're good at, uh, and running it and trying to find that other layer, which is the teams, the real teams where people can have a home team. Right. And that's the part with the kids that you were saying. Some of this is like nobody wants to grow up and play for Naga. Nobody wants to grow up and like they would probably do to a degree, but that's not like a life goal. But you could grow up and want to be an Alabama Twister or a Vegas King or a Philly Phenom or Colorado Wolverine or Kentucky Holler or whatever, the Red Bull chicken wings, whatever it becomes. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
not the guy for everybody, but there's an opportunity coming for many, many more people, just like all the other majors. And this is really like you said earlier. It's like we're really gonna find out this time, and it's like we say that all the time, though. Like literally every time, we're really gonna see this time.
This
So
season's gonna be the season. This is the
this is the make
year.
or break kind of thing right here, and it's like
Wait a minute.
I think we just gotta like manufacture that to make
I
it
think we made it.
feel good.
I
It's
don't
like,
think it
no,
broke.
we
Like,
need
I
a
think
little
that's
more of like conflict of some sort. We need it to feel like it's failing. So that's the only way it's
otherwise I
going to
don't
be
get the
successful.
dopamine.
We got to think it's failing or it's not going to be successful. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Well,
I mean that in a way, and obviously that's a joke in a way, but you got to treat it that way because that innovative, that mindset is what got us here. And so we got to figure out how to grab hold of that and really like harness the thing that because we know how great it is. Every time somebody sees it, everybody falls in love with it. Non grapplers or not. So you get your kids, you get mom and dad there, the grandparents get to come watch their baby grapple. You got the dream out here giving them their announcement. They're walking out. Everybody's cheering. I got a t-shirt cannon. I'm gonna shoot some t-shirts out. I'm gonna try to have that by the show for Birmingham, February the 4th, if they'll let me. I hadn't talked to them about it yet, but I'm just gonna show up with it. They won't stop me if I show up with a t-shirt, can they? Right?
I'm not gonna stop you.
The
Are you
Twisters
gonna
won't
stop?
stop me, right?
Are
They
you
just
gonna
won't.
stop Steven if he shows up with a t-shirt cannon, Keelan? No,
Just like I showed up
nobody.
with the big blank checks. I'm just gonna show up with stuff and just be like, can they? Will they
Start.
stop me?
You could just be like a carrot top and just
I'm the
travel with
promo
your
machine,
little,
right?
yeah,
I'm here. I'm the chief of excitement.
the chief of excitement. Yeah, yeah, that's your new title.
That's me. I'm the COE.
COE.
That's it. So I'm ready. Like I'm full promo mode here. We're focusing, on the stuff. But for me specifically as the GM right now, uh, Chris is the coach. We've talked about players. He's got guys he's eyeing that he wants to have. He's got to coach them, right? That's his job to coach them. So he needs to be able to have people that he wants. It needs to be able to be like I felt that way about it. Like if it was me, if I was the coach, I wouldn't want a bunch of people I didn't want. Like whatever
I gotta
that
coach
meant,
him.
right?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
just like
yeah,
whatever
yeah,
that means, right? So
yeah,
just like
yeah.
I'm more playing back on this and gonna be like ready to win whatever that means with the players that we do get and try to coach them up with my experience as far as what we need for them in the league and different things like that. Not dealing with X's and O's and like all that kind of stuff. That's why
The
they have a coach.
character development.
Yeah, that's why they have a coach, though, right? The coach
Yeah.
is for the coaching. My job is like not, not. I won't say it that way. It's a bit removed from that. It's
Yeah, yeah,
not,
yeah.
it's
From
just like
the
a different.
everyday
Yeah, it's just a
gameplay.
different
Yeah,
thing, right? Yeah,
yeah,
the game planning. Sure, there's some of that I can help with, but that's not my thing in this. Is like personnel or whatever. So it's a weird spot to kind of be in a way because I'm.
Is it any weirder than being handed two microphones and saying, "Hey, announce for the next week"?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. I
the
think it
new
is
growth.
for me. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
that was easy because one it was just kind of spur of the moment, and we were just kind of giggling and nobody was watching.
But
Now
see,
there's like
everybody was watching.
300 million impressions per season or whatever. Now is a little bit different. Uh, but yeah, there was like 10 people watching or whatever. It was fine. It was easy. Nobody cared. Now it feels like it.
Now
It
you
just
got the
feels
gold
different.
mic. You got a sound guy.
We had to scrap the gold mic, y'all. Sorry, I don't think
Yeah,
that's gonna work.
maybe there was some interference from the gold. It
Is
was
that
too
what it
pure.
was? Too much gold?
Maybe too much
Like,
gold.
I don't know. Ask Keelan about that because like I think I'm gonna buy my own a mic and just like show up with it like Excalibur and just like
Again, I don't see anybody stopping you.
they can't because like if they can like the thing's gonna be cutting out or whatever. I gotta I'm the one that's out there talking to nobody when the mics don't work. So if your boys gotta show up strapped, I'm ready. T-shirt cannon, microphone, giant blank checks.
You're
I'm here
gonna
to
need to
promote.
check. You're gonna need to check a bag. It sounds like.
I'm driving my truck, baby.
Oh, you got a truck bed.
I'm
We're
coming.
gonna get a truck bed full of props.
I'm coming. I'm
You're
ready
coming to
this
Vegas.
season. Yeah, I'm coming to Vegas and I'm gonna do a little seminar tour around the area. So March 14th, I'm gonna be in Northern Nevada at Loyalty doing a seminar and some lessons. Uh, if you are in the Vegas area somewhere and you want me to come do a seminar for you that time, let me know because I'll pop up on you. I will roll up.
The
'Cause
world infamous
I'll do it.
dream.
I'll pull up in my own personal vehicle and share the beauty of jujitsu with you. Or we can talk PGF for a couple hours and go over the rules in the game. And I thought about that. Would there be like that would be a thing too, right? Doing like
Yeah, they're
PGF
starting to be.
seminars, like do that kind of like people do the ADCC things.
Yeah,
Like Heath does that, the ref or whatever.
he and I
And
have talked. There's been a couple of talks about like doing some things that are like that same idea, like the same idea as like the ADCC camps of like doing like a PGF camp. That like there's a like a the rules and like maybe like a game planning one and like that type of thing. Just like the difference in the game.
okay, weird side topic. You got to name your minor league team, but it's got to be after a bug that Alabama can relate to, what's your team name?
It's
You're Alabama because
specifically
that's where you're from. That's so just
specifically
give you,
Alabama.
or you can do Cancun, or you can do Mexico or Alabama. Which one you want to choose?
I mean, you could do the Scorpions down there in Mexico.
Scorpions, the
Yeah, I feel like
Cancun
that'd be cool.
Scorpions.
Yeah,
Okay,
you could do something like that, or like a bug. I'm trying to think. I
this is
mean,
like your random minor,
immediately,
like the minor league
immediately, I
night.
went to the
You
Ticks.
know,
I went to
huh?
the
The
Alabama
Ticks,
Ticks.
the Alabama
Yeah,
Ticks.
and have like the Tick Man.
I could see Fleroy rocking that as like an alternate jersey
That's
night.
perfect.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah,
Headed up by Fleroy
with the
Brown.
mullet. Yeah, Fleroy the Tick. I'm with that. I was thinking about the Georgia Dirt Daubers.
Okay,
The Dirt
okay.
Daubers. That'd be a good one, right? Maybe.
The Dirt Daubers. I feel like you've been playing baseball a lot.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Like the minor league teams,
Yeah,
they do
yeah,
the
yeah.
random nights or whatever, and I
Oh,
just think that's funny.
I was a giant fan. I was a giant fan of damn,
Like
what town was
the
it? It was
Trash
North
Pandas are up
Carolina.
there. That's their real name.
We had the we had the Mudcats.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
real
That was
thing.
I was a big
Yeah.
fan of the Mudcats when I was a kid.
Yeah, there's stuff like that. That like I think that's a I think we need to do the minor leagues and like do teams like that. And like obviously the Phenoms and the Kings and the Wolverines or whatever, but like their minor league affiliate can be the Crickets or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Iguanas. I don't know. Like whatever. Like, something
Ooh, that's
something
what I would call the Cancun one. It would be the Cancun iguanas.
it didn't have I just said insect because I was thinking about the dirt daubers. I just wanted to use that line. But like you could totally do like reptiles or I don't know, the
Reptilian.
chupacabras. I don't know.
Oh man, that's I got an idea. Yeah.
See? Something like that, And I'm not gonna give away all my ideas, but I hadn't talked to you in a while. And I feel like this is just us talking now, and I realize we're back on the show. And
Oh, that was a great ADHD like side topic. I'm glad you labeled it on the way out.
clip that. Is this the
Got
right
it.
is this that the software that says that? One of these things says if you say clip that, it'll like mark it in your stream for later. Is that true?
That might be on the more premium version of what we're on, but yeah, AI will find it. I promise.
Alan
That'll
Iverson
get
out there doing work, drinking all the water. Thirsty. You gotta keep him hydrated. It's only the fresh water too. You can't have any of that salt water.
So
Chris Presler got a PGF ref certificate. You the OG ref. You should be giving them
he is
certificates.
he
You should
is
be
the rep.
certifying people. You made certification. Of course you got one. It's like
Our
Big John
toe
McCarthy
socks.
talking about. I got a John McCarthy certification.
I feel like toe socks should become a required PGF referee uniform piece.
Okay, toe sock companies. I'd wear socks out on the mats every time I walk out there. If you're a toe sock company and you want your brand to be featured in PGF events, holler at your boy. You can put your name on my feet.
Okay. I mean, that's a whole. I mean, look, you've got socks, you've got ties,
I got
you
all
got
the
tie
stuff,
pins,
right?
you got
I could wear a
handkerchiefs.
hat sometimes.
You could get away with a hat.
I could change the little thing on the microphone sometimes if there's like what do you call those?
The mic flag.
Yeah, I could change that, but for different matches if people want to throw in sponsorships or whatever. Look, I got ideas. You tell me what you need. I can put your logo out there. 300 million impressions last season.
Did you say 300 million? Was that not a
Oh my
lot?
god. The crowd, they love that. We give us so many views. There's so many views. Combined,
You
right?
just remembered you even had
Between
this
all the
button.
platforms and everybody can, I don't know how much it was, but that's how everybody else talks about stuff. They're like, yeah, we had 6 bajillion views last night on our live stream. So there's not even
Yeah.
that many people in the world, brother. Cool.
Speaking of numbers,
Who's talking? Oh,
this come weekend, There's a qualifier with
The
the
Phenoms
Philly
qualifier.
Phenoms.
Oh, Tip Planet Perry up there. I see you representing. Yeah, and so this is at the Finishers HQ, uh, Bethlehem. Um, Phenoms qualifier. We've already picked our two athletes, so this doesn't guarantee that you'll be with the Phenoms to win, but this does guarantee you into the draft. There's some people in here with some big competition records. We're really, looking at Zach right here, Galayan, I think is how you say his name. He's one of the favorites. I feel like he's got a really great competition record, obviously from that area too.
108 wins by submission,
I mean, no big deal,
10
right?
by walkover.
That's what I wish I kind of had. It would still never be that many,
No,
but
but
that would
like
have
had
been
those
cool.
numbers. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like
This is
back in
really
the
cool that
day,
Food Comp does that.
like
Yeah.
42 wins by arm triangle.
Ooh, do they break that down?
No, no, no.
Oh, well, you can go through it. No, it just says submission.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so
So
cool if they did that.
it was funny that somebody has broken down the PGF stats, and we
Yes.
should have already pulled that up or whatever. But they like the arm triangle was like 4 point whatever percent. And I was like, oh, that's probably all me. It's not, but like I don't know how many submissions 4% of the all submissions are, but I bet I'm heavy in the arm triangle category, like leaderboard for the
Yeah,
league.
I would be interested to see
But
that.
yeah, so we see Whit Ramey again. Whit was at the Twisters seminar or Twisters qualifier that we had, and I believe he went to the Jiu-Jitsu qualifier as well. He's legit, man. He just can't get
Yeah.
over the hump at the qualifiers. Another guy like that, Noah McCulley, seems to be like showing up at qualifiers, just not being able to get over the hump. He's dangerous though. Like
He's
he's
already
really, really
registered
good.
for the next one. He's
Yeah,
he's
he's also
he's
for the
hell bent
he
determined on
wants
getting
to come.
it. Yeah.
From what I heard, he may just be there for the season, even if he doesn't make it, because he's like somebody else is going to get broke enough that they're going to need
I
more
was just
people.
yeah, he
Right.
understands how the game goes that like
From what I haven't
we run
spoken
to
to
the
him
bottom of the list.
directly, right? I haven't spoken to him directly, but I think he is direct teammates with Travis Haven. And so Travis has said that he's like he wants in bad, like he's doing as you see, he's doing the Isaac path to try to get in, and also with so we got guys
Yeah.
now that are really trying to battle their way in to make it to the league, and there's just not that many spots anymore, it's crazy. And there's 14 unapproved. There's 27 approved.
27 approved, 14 unapproved.
Dang. Who's some of these unapproved guys? Who we got? Do I notice anybody's name on there?
A dude from Canada, a dude from Peru.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that stuff sometimes is like that's their nationality maybe, but that's not necessarily where they live or
Okay,
whatever.
okay. Well, hey, look, last time was it last season? I think it was. One of the recent seasons, I got on a plane coming from I don't remember where my layover was, but it was a random place and I was like getting on the plane and literally the guy right behind me was it was when we were headed to Boston. It was the really, really, really tall guy from Canada that was in one of the qualifiers. He was coming from Canada. And I just like bumped it. I saw like that he had like a try. He was from I think what's the name of that gym up there? TriStar, is that right? I saw like the hoodie, and then like he saw my PGF hat, and he's like, "Hey, are you like gonna go be in the PGF?" I was like, "No, I'm like kind of making it." And he's like, "Oh, like, I'm headed to go compete." I was like, "That's wild."
I'm the single most. You should say I'm the single most important piece in the making of the PGF, and then people are like, "What?"
Well, you said earlier that brings me back to a point that
Oh, look at the name of the Anakin McMahon right there.
Oh,
Season what? What season was that? 4 or 5?
4?
No, 5, 4
5?
or 5. It was at the church.
What season was Anakin in? 4? Yeah, it was 4.
Interesting, making a comeback after a while out of the scene there. He just kind of disappeared. He got hurt and just kind of disappeared. So we'll see what he's got. He was supposedly going to be pretty dangerous into that season, and I think he just got caught early or something. I can't remember exactly so it's interesting to see him back in there. And this Nicholas Wiley, is that's the guy with the one with the prosthetic?
Maybe.
Because he keeps showing up too. I think that's him. I might be wrong.
I don't know if I'm going to find that information out on the page I'm on currently.
Got heel hook by Renee Souza.
No shame in that.
Why isn't Renee in this? He should be doing this at 175 probably. Or is that maybe not that big? Sorry, just thought about all that out loud. But that looks kind of like the guy.
Okay, yeah, it looks like him.
That dude's pretty legit. That he keeps showing up, keeps doing the thing. He's competitive too, so it's not like
Yeah.
like it's like he's out there getting after it. So this is
Yeah.
cool, man. And this is kind of what I was saying too, like leaning with like that, the dirt dobbers or whatever. Like there's dudes out there that just need reps.
Yeah.
They just need reps in the league, in the rules, in the format, and
Playing the game.
maybe it takes them a couple preseasons or couple minor league seasons, so to say, of running it to kind of put the game together. Because there's a lot of good guys out there that aren't going to make it right now. And if they don't have the opportunity to play the game, they're going to go play something else.
Yeah.
And so we need the opportunity to keep building the generations that are coming next. And whether that be, and not, again, whatever, who cares, late bloomers or whatever it is, people that need a little bit longer to season can come through that way, and then veteran people that are out there trying and doing the thing can be in there, like helping guide that all, like all the other leagues in the world have. That is where I think that's where we're gonna really capture the next champions. Maybe not like the next champions is in like immediately, but the next champions are gonna be like gathered through that grassroots sort of thing where, like I said, the kid grows up and wants to play in the league.
And be
And
part,
then
like
maybe
being
specifically for one team or not, but like I'm gonna make it to the league one day.
right. Right.
And that's who we want. We want that kid that's been wanting this forever, not the kid that's necessarily been looking to win the IBJJF Gi Worlds title.
Right.
We
Right.
want to, like, that's a lofty goal and worthy, but that's not the same that we kind of want. And especially if we could, like, again, that kid could be focusing on that from the age of 5 or 6, like the kids now kind of that are dominating a lot of the worlds and stuff are ADCCs, whatever,
Yeah.
like wrestling is, they've been wrestling since before they were walking, a lot of them. Like it's that thing. And we've talked about it some too, like for football, other sports, your mom or grandma never played a down of football,
But we're
but
massive.
they'll wear the team jersey. That's their favorite team. They watch it all the time. Even they're cheering it. They're yelling at the TV. That's what's gonna make it. That's what's gonna make it the thing that we want it to be. So I'm excited to keep doing my part with that, pushing it on that front. The entertainment side of it is important. Showing up, and this, I guess, is one of the things that kind of goes into what you're saying. But if you show up to a gym and there's 9 or 10 different, 12 different, 16 different mats going, whatever, 10 of them at a time, and it's just randomness or whatever. And it's not bad to be building experience and doing that and dealing with that kind of environment. It's also a thing that you got to kind of get used to. But when there's lighting and music and an announcer and all that stuff, it changes the feeling of the thing. So just like again, going back into the baseball stuff, because again, that's what we've been doing. Like these kids want a walk-up song.
Yeah.
For baseball, we would have got spanked or something if we tried to do that back in the day.
Yeah.
Like
You try to be cool.
You getting a whooping for that. Trying to do that. And now it's just like normal. Like who's gonna bring their speaker and which mom or dad or whatever is gonna be like the DJ for
Playing
the
the
team,
walkout
and they
song for the
play like
kids.
there's a whole app for it. Ballpark DJ. You put your kids in the lineup. You get their little song in there,
It
and
plays the
yeah, I even did the and now batting number 44. Like you can pay for the guy who does it for like the MLB or whatever. He's
yeah,
on there,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm trying to get into that.
Trying to sell your voice a little
Yeah, I'll sit
bit.
here and do some,
Buy the
you know,
buy the Dreams voice on Cameo to
yeah, like hey, if you'll just cash at me, don't do Cameo because they'll be taking a cut. You
okay,
know what
you
I'm
just
saying?
cash app you and you'll just send
Look, hey, straight up, I'll make a video for you if you want me to say some stuff to somebody. I'll say it. I'll say it. I'll say you told me to say it or
okay.
not.
So sell your service now.
Hey, you scared to say something to somebody? Tell me to say it. I'll say it. Might charge you a fee there, depending on how crazy it is or how crazy they are. But I mean, got a little cousin or somebody that's a little stinky. They need to take a shower, smell like some onions or whatever. Hey, I can I can break that to them in a way that ruins their self esteem and forces them to go get clean, not be a heathen. Uh, yeah, whatever kind of stuff you need, just hit
So
me
slide
up,
in the DM.
slide in there, put the Venmo up on the screen.
Following weekend, the next weekend after
So
the
yeah,
PG.
so also after the Phenoms qualifier, though, athlete Andrew Cockle is doing a seminar. They're gonna do like a rave at the seminar. It's
I'm
like a
interested.
techno themed seminar, right?
Yeah.
Uh, Again, similar to an idea that we've talked about that we're gonna work on for the summer, I think. Um, but yeah, so go to that if you can and see if that's a cool thing that you like to do. And if that is a cool thing that you'd like to do, then we would like to do more of those things. If you don't like that, also let us know and then we'll stop doing them. Right. We just want to try to do new stuff, try to do
We're
fun
just trying
stuff.
to do cool stuff for the community, right?
We want it to be fun, man.
Right.
It needs to be an event of sorts, and maybe like how many like I know out at when Boogie was playing music, a lot of times he would play the house music or whatever stuff,
Yeah.
and it would just
Yeah.
be like his DJ set, sort of, or
Yeah.
whatever kind of stuff, and it's like it's kind of fun, And it's sometimes not, Sometimes you want to do some ODB or whatever. I don't know what you like. Some Creed, I don't know. Some Baby Billy
I mean,
Freeman.
yeah, hey, you know, the Creed playlist has a special place in every jujitsu room.
Divorced Dad Masters 3. If it comes on and you're rolling with one of those guys, you better be ready. They're about to
You-
up their like grip strength 10 or 12x for sure.
that first
My
chord,
own prison, I created it. I
you find yourself in a
created
bow
it.
and arrow choke.
You just fucking X choke them real quick while they're like having a flashback. It's been weird putting on the gi, teaching that class once a week.
Really?
Yeah, just kind of because I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I know what I'm doing, right? But it's just like, I guess I would grab them here if I was doing this.
That's understandable.
Oh, JJ.
Yeah, I
All
see
right.
JJ Bowers in there for the Vegas qualifier.
All right.
This is
I wonder,
for
what was he
next
for
weekend.
last season? Big or little? He felt big, maybe.
He was
Or what?
thick, but
Interesting. I think
yeah,
he normally plays smaller.
yeah, I
And then
agree.
there's Noah again, an independent competitor, Jacob Yancey. I like that. Okay.
So 6 approved, 6 unapproved.
Another. Let's see who these unapproved fellows are. Shame them.
They're already open.
Oh,
These
that's
are
all
all.
those. Oh,
These are
not
all the
approved. Okay.
not
Well,
approved starts with Jacob Yancey.
okay. And I guess Noah's waiting to see if he
See if
qualifies
he qualifies. Yeah,
Philadelphia.
yeah, yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
But
I'm
if
not
you're
really
any of the
familiar.
rest of
Oh,
these guys,
Diffley. Okay. Diffley, 10th
okay,
Planet South Bay. That's PJ Barch.
okay.
So that's interesting. PJ is a great coach. It's just, that's a long ride.
Yeah.
No, wait, that's Vegas. That's Vegas, not Philadelphia. Okay. Awesome. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is he getting kicked out? Uh-oh. Don't hit him, Keelan. Interesting. Okay. Not as deep as the Philly qualifier right now, total number wise, right?
No, nowhere close. We
Hmm.
got 12 total if everybody gets in.
Can you scroll back up for me again? Let's try to see who else we got on there. Kevin
That's
Scott,
everybody.
Mateus. Huh. I expect to see that grow between now and then. Um, Great promo by the Kings the other day with
that
Travis.
was
I
that
was a
was
little
good.
mad when I saw it because it was too good. I
'Cause
was
it
like,
was-
"Bro," I was like, who does he think he is coming in here with a very powerful skit? I make the powerful skits around here. Me. And he gonna come in here and mess up the game by doing superb work. That was I sent him a message. It was like that was great. I really
it was one would
I
say
like
phenomenal.
that was cinema, you know.
That
And
was
if we have fans, they like that, you
yeah,
know.
that's for the fans.
Yeah, I thought that was done very well. Um, that's the kind of stuff I think that we're gotta get into a little more, and we talked about it some too. But like, you know, the winning and losing is one thing. Guys got to be able to wear it. You know, you got to be able to say I'm going to dunk on Isaac, and then lose to Isaac, and then be like, next time, you know, and move on with it.
Yeah,
Really, but
yeah,
guys are
yeah,
not comfortable doing that because we haven't had to
yeah.
usually.
The
Or
definitive
it's
of winning and losing was
disrespectful
always
or
higher.
whatever. You know, yeah, you don't want to be whatever that is. Or then also just guys are scared to lose to people that they feel like they've, you know, talked down on or whatever. Which is smart. That's why you shouldn't really talk down on them. You should just say that you're going to beat them, but then also make them tough because that's what they are. They're actually a live opponent. But I think I'm gonna step on his neck until he dies, basically.
Right.
But you know, he's really tough. That makes me even tougher if I win. But if I lose, then I lost to a really tough guy. So it's not as bad. But if I say that he's trash and I hate him and he stinks and he's never been good and nobody ever whatever, and then he dunks on me,
It's a tough look.
it's not a good feeling, guys. Let me just speak from experience on that. Uh, trust Unc if I qualify for that or
I think you
Grandpappy.
qualify for.
I wonder. I'm like on the grandpa
You're not
line of
grandpa
Unc.
yet. You're still Unc. You're still Unc.
What's the age for Unc? Like, what's the age cutoff for Unc?
I don't think there is a cutoff age for Unc. I think
Okay,
that
you could be like a grandpa and be
right.
somebody's Unc,
You're still
right?
somebody's
This
Unc.
out here.
Yeah,
I'll put
yeah.
these paws on one of these little boys out there. I can see me, you know, 70 something years old, just putting hands on somebody like, oh, that dude must have fought back in the day or something. You know, like those videos or whatever. You just hit a dude with like a brick, bang.
I feel you.
I want to
I
fight
feel you.
somebody.
The Jake Paul play is a play.
I've been doing my lessons with my client, and we've been boxing and teaching him boxing stuff or whatever. So it's just like, oh, this is fun. First time I get hit, I'll probably be like, never mind.
It's not fun anymore.
Because he don't get to hit me very much. You know,
Right, right.
he's new to it,
So
and we're going very
yeah,
soft.
it's fun against a white
When he
belt.
does hit, yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, we're playing tag, which is
Yeah,
fun, right?
yeah,
And so that would be cool. But if somebody really hits me hard, then I gotta fight you, and I don't know if I really want to fight somebody. Not really, right? I just kind of want to play the game with
yeah.
somebody. But unless there's a lot of money, and then I'll fight you for that money. Or I'll do a cameo and then fight. Whatever you need. That's kind of the same thing, right?
Basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you want to leave the people with this week, Steven?
I wasn't ready for that yet. But
Oh,
man,
my bad.
no, it's cool. Whatever. Just things are moving quick in general. We have been on for an hour. Leaving you guys with this. There's a qualifier this weekend. There's a qualifier next weekend. The draft is the weekend after that. We get a month to prepare, and then it's on. It's gonna be six weeks of just nonstop content, go, go, go. So stay with us, stay tuned, tell a friend, please send it to somebody that you think will like it. The more viewers and subscribers and different things that we get, the better for all of us. If you think it's good, then other people might, and if they don't, that's fine. But if you send it over to 10 people and we get one of those, exponentially, that's going to keep growing and growing and growing. So we would appreciate that. Also, I am doing a seminar next weekend or this weekend, also myself in Waycross, Georgia at Blackwater Jiu Jitsu. Going to start at, I think, 12 or 1, whatever. You just show up at 12. I'll show up at around that time. Uh, Hang out, do some good jiu jitsu stuffs there. My good friend Wesley Sweat, friend of the PGF, also Nate Kaysen, cameraman, will be there hanging out. Gonna record it. Gonna go over some chokes and stuff. Might slide a little gut wrench thing in there because I hit some stuff on some people this week, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm back. We back on my bullshit. So yeah, like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. I'm just gonna be popping up on a lot of stuff now. I'm gonna be making videos about random things, and it may not make some sense to you. That one ain't for you. Then go to the next one. It's probably gonna be more
Swipe.
yeah, fine. You don't even know. I might hit you with some baseball card knowledge. What's up with it? Just tell somebody, like it, subscribe to it, send me Venmo. Um, no, but for real, the Patreon for the Phenoms, I don't have that link. I gotta start doing better with that stuff too. I guess if this is my job now. Sorry, everybody. I'm learning. I'm doing better.
You do it better. You figuring it out.
Look, I went from a kayfabe team owner to now a real general manager in about 2 weeks, and that's a wild shift from when I'm just talking trash and being exciting and can speak freely to now I gotta kind of make sure that I'm doing.
You check the boxes.
I gotta be more. That's what I told you before the show. It's like, man, now I gotta be like serious, and I'm used to just kind of speaking off the cuff in a way that is okay. And now that I'm in this spot, I can't just say stuff because people could take it the wrong way and it'll cause trouble for other people. Uh, I guess I gotta put a disclaimer. These views do not reflect the Philadelphia Phenoms, anyone associated with them. So whatever that the other stuff says on those disclaimers. What about you? What you want to leave them with? You leave them with something.
I'm leaving them with, if you're in one of those undetermined spots and you haven't like finalized, like you've already done like 50% of it, go ahead and finish your sign up for the qualifier and show up. I'm super excited to open it up and see that we have already 20 plus people in the one for this weekend. So that's going to be a fun weekend. The whole show, I'm interested to see how it goes and how it all goes in with having the rave afterwards and having all the fun stuff. Like, it's going to be a fun weekend. And that's the whole reason we all started doing this. So like, if you're in jiu-jitsu and you're in the grind and you're trying to get out there and have fun while you're like making it on the scene, like this is the best way to do it. Like this is the getting the homies together, getting in the gym, scrapping it out. We figure out who's good that day, but at the end of the day, like we're all getting to play the game and everybody's getting to play the game, and it's starting to look like where guys can play the game professionally. So if you want that, sign up for a qualifier, come out, hang out. It'll be fun.
All right, y'all have a good day.